Your signal is about to be interrupted.
Welcome to Interrupt, presented by Signal. I'm Nathan Glenn, and today I would like to present to you my new co-host, Amy Franklin.
Thank you, Nathan. I'm Amy Franklin, and today we are going to be taking a look at the latest news in the world of media entertainment, including the brand new Pacman inspired restaurant, Level 257. But first, tensions have been brewing within one of the video game's most iconic franchises with rumors of the departure of Metal Gear creator Hideo Kojima. Let's take a closer look at the controversy.
The 30-year relationship between Konami and the father of one of Konami's most prestige gaming franchises may finally be coming to an end. For real this time. As his latest masterpiece, the highly anticipated Metal Gear Solid 5, nears its September 1st release date, series creator Hideo Kojima seems fully intent on severing ties with a company he has become synonymous with. Although Kojima has been professing his retirement ever since 2001, his ever-growing desire to evolve his stories with the evolving technology pushed him to continue the Metal Gear franchise, culminating in this next chapter of the critically acclaimed series. However, growing animosity between both parties spell out the inevitable dissolution of the rocky partnership between Kojima and Konami. Evidence of dissolution started earlier this year when Konami began removing Kojima's name from promotional art for MGS5, which was succeeded by a complete eradication of the Kojima Productions brand from Konami's websites. Not long after that, his podcast, Kojima Station, a broadcast involving other members of Konami, was cancelled indefinitely. However, most shocking was the immediate and very much unexpected cancellation of Silent Hills, slated to be directed by Kojima in collaboration with filmmaker Guillermo del Toro. But would Konami bury their own cash cow just to take a shot at Kojima? There seems to be something much deeper to the ordeal than previously thought. Considering Metal Gear is the second highest grossing franchise for Konami and Silent Hill isn't too far behind, Kojima's influence within the company would have skyrocketed if he had helmed the reins for the two critically acclaimed series. Perhaps a little too much for CEO Hideki Hayakawa, who's favoring a more corporate system of operations within the company. Not to mention he's a strong advocate for mobile games and is discontent with traditional games, as he calls them. So assuming Kojima will ride into the sunset after MGS5, where will this leave the series? Konami has already officially stated they plan on continuing the series with or without Kojima, but their previous attempts at that fell flat with Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. As for Silent Hill, it doesn't appear likely to escape the brinks of the other world anytime soon. This leaves Konami without two of their biggest franchises. Meanwhile, the star director still has his own production team as well as the brand new Fox engine created specifically for Metal Gear 5. And while he technically doesn't own the Metal Gear name, gamers worldwide are not going to accept the game without him. The question then becomes, will they accept Konami without him?
What took you so long?
This summer has been a box office smash for theaters worldwide with one blockbuster after another. Signal had the chance to check out two of the latest hits, Pixar's emotional roller coaster, Inside Out, as well as the throwback to 90s pop culture, Dope. Get your snuggle buddy ready because the tears are going to flow for Inside Out.
Inside Out is about an 11-year-old girl named Riley and the 5 emotions that live in her head and guide her through life. It's a fun movie with a beautifully simple yet compelling message. Personally, I think that Riley's story is just as interesting without the gimmick of personified emotions. Even without the cast of characters inside Riley's head, her narrative is an evocative one, a tale of growing up and all of the emotional chaos that comes with it. The action that takes place within Riley's mind gives the movie its levity. There's such a vast, rich playground of mental functions for the movie to play with. Memory, imagination, abstract thought, dreams. There's really a ton of creative space here, and it feels like Pixar got to take advantage of that to curate the most fun scenes out of a huge array of possibilities. More than anything, Inside Out made me emotional. I know it seems like a cop-out to say a movie about emotions is emotional, but it's true. At the core of the film are wise and elegant lessons about emotional intelligence and learning the functions of each one of the core emotions. It's a wonderfully harmonious intersection of scientific accuracy and self-awareness. I had such a complex mixture of reactions while watching this movie that I'm still unraveling what exactly Inside Out meant to me. And if that kind of provocative movie-going experience isn't art, I don't know what is. If you missed Inside Out at the theaters, you can catch its DVD release on November 3rd.
We're sorry for chopping the onions, but hopefully this comma drama will cheer you up. South Central California seems to be re-emerging in cinema, bringing back memories of Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society. But Dope puts a unique spin on the game.
The movie Dope is a refreshingly unique movie with interesting characters and even more interesting situations. For a movie that has a style and soul that is so uniquely based in 90s hip-hop culture, the themes that this movie deals with are incredibly relevant and current subjects such as bitcoins, social media, and what it truly means to grow up not fitting the mold that society has put up for you. Shameik Moore plays the character of Malcolm, perfectly betraying the oddball nerdy type. This movie also shows perfectly that you don't need to be into comics and video games to be a nerd about something, that your passion can expand to anything and still be worthy of the nerd title. The supporting cast of this movie really brings their A game this time around, such as rapper A$AP Rocky, Zoe Kravitz, Kimberly Elise, and Tony Rivoli from the Grand Budapest Hotel fame. At the end of the day, Dope is a classic in the making, and a definite one to pick up when it comes to Blu-ray and DVD.
Shifting gears from movies to music, we're going to take a look at the wave of Korean pop that is hugely popular in South Korea and is quickly sweeping through the Western world. Here's a little sample of this sensational K-pop.
Have you heard of Big Bang? No, not the theory of creation, but the boy group that is taking the world by storm. This group of South Korean artists are currently promoting their Made album through a world tour involving 70 shows in 15 countries. They have 5 members. Their leader is G-Dragon, who composes and raps. There's another rapper, Top. The other 3 members are Daesung, Taeyoung, and Seungri, that are the main dancers and vocalists. All of the members are proficient in dancing, singing, and composing, each having established solo careers of their own. Their Made album is split up into 4 parts. M consists of Loser and Bebe. A consists of Bang 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 and We Like to Party. D consists of Sober and If You. And E consists of Let's Not Fall in Love and Zutter. Although many of their audiences do not speak Korean, their music can be felt through their emotions and personal experiences. Their shows span across the globe with many renowned celebrities coming to see them.
And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the much anticipated Level 257 gaming bar and restaurant run by Namco has finally made its way to the Chicagoland area. Signal had the opportunity to check out this must-see entertainment destination over at Woodfield Mall.
The concept here was to try to build a place for the future, to help people socialize. And it was about games. Games are part of our DNA at Namco, and games are really important to us. But we wanted to do something broader than that and for a much broader audience. So it was really about food and beverage and people coming here and having a good time with each other, more than just games or just bowling, but just an overall social experience. The cool thing about Level 257 is this is a prototype. And again, we started this 5 years ago, and we have a vision, a roadmap of where this is going to go in the future. We're bringing a lot of unusual pieces that you can try out that you probably won't get a chance to see very often. Same thing with the food, with the beers. I love craft beer. We're going to be doing a lot of experimenting and rotation of craft beers, a lot of local craft beers. We'll start beer flights here within the next week or so, let you sample things. And I think it's a lot of fun to do things like that. So we're going to be constantly evolving. I played games my whole life. I love games. I'm passionate about games. I think games are awesome. And I think a lot of people kind of forget about that as they get busy with their life. So we designed this to be something that remind people of what it was like when they were growing up, that I remember when Pacman came out 30 years ago, or I remember 35 years ago now. I remember all these great games I played when I was growing up or when I was in school. And that's what the first thing that I think people will notice. But then, once you start playing those old games, I really want you to try to experiment with some of the new games that we just come off the assembly line with, like Star Wars Battle Pod, which is incredibly immersive. It puts you in this hemispherical screen and you're inside the movie fighting the battles of Star Wars. And we've got all these great games that people are kind of intimidated to try, so we tried to make it really easy for people to try here. Don't worry about the pricing, everything is time play. Come in and have a good time. There's no price difference between the 35-year-old Pac-Man or a brand new Star Wars Battle Pod. It's the same. Just have a good time.
That's it for this week's show. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Nathan Glynn, and until next time, your signal has been interrupted.